Hi, hello, and welcome. Gabriel Josiah here. Today, we are diving into the world of long-term solvency ratios, also known as leverage ratios, a crucial area of financial analysis that reveals how well a company can meet its long-term obligations. These ratios go beyond short-term stability, examining the debt and equity mix that fuels a company or a company's growth and long-term resilience. Whether you're studying for exams or applying this knowledge in real-world finance, mastering leverage ratios is key to evaluating a company's financial structure, risk, and stability. Let's get started and unpack the insights these ratios can offer. Let me share my screen as is our usual custom, and let's look deeply into these leverage ratios. All right, I've gone mini-me now. I believe you can see my screen or the document before you. Okay, so talking about long-term solvency or leverage ratios. Now, they are often referred to as leverage ratios, or you call them long-term solvency ratios. They help assess a company's ability to meet its long-term financial obligations and provide insights into its financial structure. So in simple terms, we have the short-term solvency ratios, which are liquidity ratios that span between 0 to 1 year. The long-term solvency ratios are ratios that span between 1 to 5, 5 to 10 years. So they typically look at the financial structure in terms of capital injection to the business on a long-term basis. These ratios evaluate the proportion of a company's capital that is financed through debt versus equity. So debt are externally generated funds, while equity are internally generated funds. So these ratios evaluate the mix between these two sources of capital, which includes debt, external financing, equity, internal financing, helping to determine the level of financial risk associated with this capital structure. So the risk associated with either you are borrowing from outside external providers of capital and you are using the funds of the shareholders internally generated, internally providers of capital, which culminates or makes up the capital structure of the business. Investors, creditors, and analysts use these ratios to assess the company's leverage, financial stability, and long-term viability. So these ratios help this set of users to assess the company's essential survival in the long run. This is very important. So by understanding the long-term solvency ratios or solvency of the company, shareholders can make informed decisions regarding investment risks, creditworthiness, and the company's overall financial health. So these ratios help us to dissect and comprehensively understand the structure, the risks, the mix in the company's financial structure generally. So it's very important to be understand by this introduction that long-term solvency ratios and leverage ratios determine the going concern of a business. This is very important. Liquidity risks don't really determine the going concern in the short run, in the sense that liquidity ratios help access between a year period of how the company survives day-to-day operations. But the long-term solvency ratios help access the company's survival in the long run, which is very important. And the going concern status of the business is critical to stakeholders and other users of the company's financial information. Okay, we've explored the significance of long-term solvency ratios and their role in accessing business stability, and risk. This is very important. By understanding the balance between debt and equity, you can evaluate how well a business is positioned to manage its obligations and thrive over the long haul. Remember, these ratios are essential for assessing financial health, helping investors and creditors, analysts make informed decisions. All right, thank you for tuning in. If this introduction was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Keep building your expertise, whether for exams or practical business success. See you next time. Until then, bye for now.